Christie Aphrodite of Soul Journeys Radio and mytrueessence.net. And I've been wanting to talk about the health benefits of coffee, some of the alleged risks or dangers associated with it, and my own personal experience, because, that's what kind of tends to give me the knowledge and understanding I have is through experience. And, I pretty much was brought up drinking black coffee from the time I was like this big. It was just the way it was. Greek coffee, too. So really thick and sludgy and delicious. And anyways, it was just kind of a part of my life, as it is a part of, most Americans' lives. Of course, there has been several scares associated with it. I think there was a Harvard study about 20 or 30 years ago that suggested that it contributes to cancer and is really dangerous for you. However, moderation is the key. So I don't want to really say, things have changed, that can't happen, because it certainly could if you're drinking, 20 cups a day. But I'm going to be speaking in this video about moderate usage, maybe a cup and a half, 2 cups a day, maybe. So, pretty much I grew up drinking coffee my whole life. There was a time, maybe a couple decades of time where I lived on coffee, the big, thermostats. Maybe I would have 2 of them in a day, drink it all day long with heavy cream and NutraSweet. Oh gosh, or then I moved to Splenda, all of those things. So, yeah. Anyways, coffee is definitely a part of most of our daily lives. And I had, I wanted to quit drinking coffee just to see if I was going to experience any differences. And of course, I had already curbed my 8 to 12 or so cup a day addiction, I guess about 5 or 6 years ago. And how I did that, I just, I started with my 8 cups a day, and then the next day it was only 7, and the next day it was 6, the next day it was 5, the next week it was 4, and, just kind of did it that way. So I weaned myself off. But I want to talk with you about some of the benefits. Coffee, of course, yes, it has caffeine. Also polyphenols and phytonutrients, which work as antioxidants in the body. In fact, there's more antioxidants, allegedly. I don't do the measuring myself, but, the experts say that there's more antioxidants in coffee than there are in green tea, red wine, cocoa as well. So, the antioxidants lead to, they help boost your immune system and can help you with situations such as cancer prevention. In fact, April 2010, CNN released a report or a study that showed that it had actually reduced risk for prostate, colon, and liver cancer. And it also stated that it slows the rate of liver cirrhosis. And this was by the Harvard School of Public Health. It's also been known to reduce your risk for type 2 diabetes. I think in one study, the reduction rate was 80% for people. And again, I think this was Harvard School of Public Health. It's also been known to assist in exercising and muscle soreness and conditioning. Allegedly, it decreased the muscle pain during workouts. I've also heard that it reduces PMS pain if you have that. So many other things that they've been finding out lately, the cancer, the diabetes. They've also found it helps in Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, which, it's kind of interesting because some research says it actually causes Parkinson's, and I just said it, Alzheimer's, but the others say the opposite. Of course, in more recent studies in the Archives of Internal Medicine, they show that it can lower depression in women. It's also been shown recently, a study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease shows that it can actually help your brain by well, I gotta find that study for you here. Let me try to find that, and then I could cite it so I don't misquote it. I should have had that ready. I'm sorry. Let me. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, there we go. So it says, a study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease suggests that there's something in coffee, though researchers have yet to determine what exactly that something is, but it interacts with caffeine to boost the levels of the granulocyte colony stimulating factor that's known as GCSF, a growth factor that seems to fight off Alzheimer's disease. Prostate cancer, I think I mentioned that already, colon cancer as well, and again, Parkinson's disease. So plus people, especially if it's like been a part of your life, there's also that kind of placebo effect of just having that nice, warm, nourishing, something that kind of gets you going in the morning. However, I do want to say this: if you need it to get you going, to get your bowels moving and such, then there might be a problem. And yes, coffee is or can be acidic, some worse than others, and yes, there's caffeine. So again, we're talking here about moderate consumption and those benefits. So a couple months ago, or maybe, I don't know, a few months ago, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I've been super busy, I did an experiment where, I had already reduced my coffee intake, as I said, years ago, to 1 to 1.5 cups a day, but not even every day, actually, just kind of, I don't know, when I want it, especially cold mornings. So that being said, I had already reduced it to that much for 5 years, and anyways, I decided to just go completely coffee-free just to see. Am I going to get healthier? Am I going to see, less acidosis in my body? Is it going to inhibit my bowel movements? Just to see if my body was kind of dependent on it. And I have to tell you, I experienced no difference at all. Okay? I still had the same bowel movements. I didn't have any withdrawal symptoms. Like none. However, back in the day, when I used to drink a whole bunch, if I missed a day, I would totally feel it and have the withdrawal symptoms. When I was drinking a bunch, I, would have the shake sometimes, or maybe even be easily agitated and things, which have kind of gone away. And I'm really, there is a difference in coffee. I just want to say this, because I've been on, quite a few road trips, and occasionally I get desperate and go to a truck stop and get, a gas station coffee. Now, let me tell you, when I have those gas station coffees, which, is not that often, maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, probably, I'd say about once a year. But, I'm just like, screw it, it's 2 in the morning and I have 300 more miles to go, let's see. That never does me good. In fact, that causes gastrointestinal upset within myself, bowel issues such as constipation, like I can't get to the bathroom for a few days. But in the last several years, I want to show you the coffee that I've been using, which I think makes a huge difference. I know people that drink coffee in restaurants, gas stations, Folgers or whatever brand is at the grocery store all the time, and they're experiencing all the negative symptoms. So I'm going to share with you my little coffee secret. God, it smells so good. But first of all, I use organic, fair trade whole beans. Okay, this, they have several brands. This is just the brand that's available to me. and I get them in whole bean. Oh my God, so delicious. Oops, there you go. Okay, so I grind this up myself with a few little secrets. First of all, an organic whole vanilla bean. I just cut that up and mix it within the beans. Oh my God, so heavenly. I also use whole organic cinnamon sticks. Yeah, I know, it's delicious. So you're actually kind of sneaking in the medicine doing your coffee this way. I also use whole organic star anise, which, oh my God, so delicious. I grind them all up together, the vanilla, the cinnamon, the anise, and the beans, and occasionally I'll use dehydrated or dried out ginger and grind that up as well. So that's how I make my coffee. And if you want to get off dairy or something, want to try another option, you can use almond milk or cashew cream, which is, oh my God, my new favorite. It's so thick and creamy and just, oh my God, it's absolutely delicious. But make it just as you would almond milk. So for me, how I make it, I use for 1 cup of cashews, about 3.5 cups of water. But I start off by blending just the cup of nuts with, I use about, well, you can see this bean is cut. So I use maybe about a quarter or a fifth of a bean for that amount, about a fifth, I'd say. And blend that up together with 1 cup of water. And that kind of gets them all chopped up and grated, real nice. Then I'll slowly add the rest of the water and then strain it. And there's usually really not much to strain, but that's how I make my coffee and my cream. And again, I mentioned sneaking in your medicine, and I really believe that's a useful tool for health. So if you want to do things that allegedly are bad for you, like coffee, then, get your cinnamon and anise and ginger in there, which are really, really good for, your bones, your heart, your circulation, your blood. So that's how you can kind of get a healthier coffee choice into your routine. So drinking this kind of coffee occasionally for the past several years, when I didn't drink any at all for a month, I experienced no withdrawals, no symptoms. I didn't even really, I missed the creamy, enter the day, gently and, kind of hanging out. It's, it is kind of a routine. So whether it is a physical addiction, it certainly is, at least a mental addiction on some level. Which I'm fine with that. I mean, we're all addicted to something. It's just, choose your addiction. Do you want to be addicted to crack, or do you want to be addicted to juice? So anyways, that's what I do for my coffee. Something anyone can do, if you have a grinder, but it makes it so much better. But anyways, in my experiment, 30 days, I experienced no withdrawals, no, shaking or, oh, I need to have it, none of the jonesing type experiences that people complain about. I did not get irritable. I didn't get tired. I didn't experience any improvements either. I didn't get better skin. I didn't get, more healthy bowel movements. I didn't experience anything. So what that tells me is that moderate use of the healthiest choice that you can get, it at least is not harmful. Whether it's beneficial or not, I guess is, kind of left to be, I guess we'll figure it out, right? I mean, we could read all the reports in the world and all the studies on rats and this and that, but, we're all individuals. And so, I mean, if you're experiencing withdrawals, if something is making you not feel of optimal health and wellness, So again, I said earlier, if you need it to get your bowels moving and things, there's something going on that needs to be addressed, okay? If it's just like anything else. If you need a pill to get going in the morning, well, there's something going on. So, coffee can be a mask for that, just as anything else, or any herb or drug or medicine or whatever for that matter. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you my experience, 30 days without coffee, no side effects, no symptoms, no detriment, no improvement, no anything. I looked exactly the same. I felt exactly the same. And anyways, I'm back on my coffee, I don't know, several days a week, a cup a day. And it just, I don't know, it feels good to me. Plus, I'm getting that extra medicine and, maybe some of the nutrients from the nuts. And I put a little bit of local, raw, organic honey, which is also good for your immune system and protects you from whatever pollens and such that people might experience allergies to in the season. So that's why you want to go local with your honey. And gosh, I think that was about all I wanted to share as far as coffee. For me, now that I'm at, what I think is a moderate usage, maybe a cup a day, say an average of 5 a week, it works for me. May not work for you, if you're on certain medications or, you drink a bunch of Coke or something else that has lots of caffeine, not so good. If you're drinking 10 or 20 cups a day, it's probably not so good. You may want to consider switching to something else. And by the way, I did want to share with you some coffee substitutes. I personally don't believe in decaf because, man is pretty much interfering with the natural plant by synthesizing and taking chemicals out. And I've also heard that they use, what's that called? That stuff they embalm you with when you die. Oh, I can't think of it right now. But anyways, I heard that's what they use to decaffeinate it, whether it's true or not. I don't know. Formaldehyde, that's what it was. Anyways, I just don't want it. So if you don't want coffee, but you like that warm, whatever it is, feeling that you get in the morning from drinking it, and for some reason you can't have coffee, maybe you have high blood pressure or heart rate or whatever's going on, you can switch to weeds. Yeah, weeds and roots like dandelion, chicory root. If you want to pick your own, you can purchase them online or, maybe at a local health food store. And they make coffee substitutes, but it's kind of expensive. I say cut out the middleman, pick your own dandelions and chicory, dry out the roots, and grind it up just as you would your coffee beans. Carob is a good substitute, and even okra seeds. So if anyone grows okra and you've got all those extra seeds, grind those up, and you can even do a combination of all of them, or not. You can even put some sassafras bark in there. That's really delicious. Grind them all up together, the chicory, the sassafras, the dandelion root, and, maybe put a little carob in there, and, you'll be getting the healing benefits of those weeds and roots, and, without the sometimes toxic effects of too much coffee, like high blood pressure, shaking, and things like that. In fact, I do make medicinal teas, and many of, I don't want to call them clients, I think they're friends, but they actually quit coffee entirely by drinking the herb tea, and I haven't heard of any, withdrawal symptoms or anything. So I think that's all I wanted to share about my experience going coffeeless, and I'm going to keep it, unless something happens, but it seems to be working for me. 1 cup most days, about, maybe a cup and a half at the most, 5 days a week. It's just fun, it's enjoyable, it's a good, excuse to get together with friends, but yeah, that's what I do. So I hope this helped you. Of course, you know your body better than I do. So there might be somebody watching that 1 cup hurts them for whatever reason, maybe, medications or things like that they interact with, then don't do it. But I'm just talking about, moderate use from a normal, average, healthy person. I don't see any health problems associated with it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!